Yeah. Birthday boy, it's my little birthday or whatever, And every year on my birthday, I get a little more thoughtful because I'm getting closer to that time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people they get sad on their birthday, but I don't. I don't get sad. I just get more thoughtful because I realize, first of all, as a devotee of Krishna, we try not to fear death. Of course, we're regular people, and we fear pain. Nobody wants to die, and sometimes death is painful. But it's not the death that I fear, because the death for a devotee is a little different than death for a karmi. A person who's based on karma is only concerned with the activities of the material body, such as eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So they want to live as long as possible and they want to please their senses. Whereas a devotee, because we trying to get, to that spiritual original world, and we want to meet Krishna, you know what I'm saying? Because he's the ultimate person. So for a devotee, we get a little more happy when we know trying to get back to the Lord. But I just wanted to share this real quick. So there's certain places I always chant. I probably covered these topics in previous videos, but like when I'm driving and stuff and I see those memorials on the side of the highway, or a ghost bike, or I see those flowers, that indicate somebody died right there, I always chant, because there's a good chance there's a disembodied soul or a disembodied spirit right there. And as you know, when you chant these Sanskrit mantras dealing with the holy names of the Lord, it has a very potent effect on those disembodied spirits, because they don't have as many gross coverings as somebody who is, let's say, is covered by the five senses, the five material gross elements, solids, liquids, gas, ether, solids, liquids, gas, ether, and fire. When you see somebody embodied in a body, they have, all of these five elements plus the three subtle elements: mind, intelligence, and false ego. But when you're dealing with a ghost body, they're just in their astral form. So it's easier for the mantras to have an effect on somebody in a so-called ghost body. So whenever I pass a cemetery, I always greet Oya. I touch my head, I make a spiraling a sensation with my hand, and I'll be like, Hekoa Yansan Oya, because female deities, they deal with boundaries. They deal with boundaries, the boundaries between life and death, the boundary between learning and arts and science, the boundary between love and hate, the boundary between wealth and poverty. Female goddesses deal with boundaries. That's why when it comes with women, they either gonna set their boundaries, or you need to set your boundaries with them, because they bring the people from the other side into this world. So when women, it's always about boundaries. So when I pass by a cemetery, I'll say Hekwa Yansan Oya, and then I'll chant Hare Krishna. When I'm on a bridge, I'll always chant Hare Krishna. Not because I'm afraid of the bridge collapsing, but because I know that wherever land meets the water, spirits usually gather there. That's a boundary place. Whenever I'm near a cemetery, again, I chant there. Wherever there's a boundary place, or wherever there's a memorial for the dead, wherever I know that their spirits are more likely to gather, or like at a wedding, you want to chant at a wedding. That's very good, auspicious energy. You want to chant when you're in the forest, because there's a lot of nature spirits, and there's a lot of nagas in the forest, but definitely near any bodies of water. Nagas usually protect water, keep it clean. You know what I mean? So those are places that I like to chant. Wherever I know that spirits gather, you're always going to hear me chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So try to be aware. Oh, and being that I live in Virginia, right? So I moved to Virginia from New York back in like 2020. And there's a lot of battlegrounds out here. You might have seen my video called Tesla Ghosts. It's a known fact that there's a lot of haunted highways. And there's a lot of accidents on highways. no matter where you at. So there's a lot of disembodied spirits when you're on the highway. So you always, as much as you can, you want to chant the holy names of the Lord. But there's certain places where spiritual energy is concentrated and consecrated. So again, when you buy a temple, when you're at a place where children are born, those are places you want to chant. Wherever there's concentrated spiritual energy, those are places you want to chant the holy names of the Lord. Again, nature, that's places you want to chant a lot. And just basically chant as much as you can, because as we're in the age of Kali Yuga, things seem to get darker every day. But you also got to realize that ever since 500 years ago, when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu incarnated on the planet Earth, we started to go towards another golden age as well. So Kali Yuga is not going to really last another 427,000 years. That's more a symbolic number. Kali Yuga will end sooner or later. But before the dawn is always the darkest hour. So as you see these times get darker, that's why the Bible said, when you see these signs of the times, have hope, because your salvation is near. So yes, be aware that salvation is near. The golden age is, as we progress and Kali Yuga gets darker, the golden age also comes in and overlaps that. And one day you're just going to wake up and it's just going to be the golden age all over again in truth and purity. So I just want to share that with y'all. Always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thanks to all the people who've been watching my videos over the years, who showed me love, left comments, have given charitable donations, all of that good stuff. It just helps to keep me going. You know what I'm saying? And another thing, I'm always out there hustling. Either I'm working or I'm doing deliveries, because I feel like there's a demon chasing me. The name of the demon is poverty. But as long as I keep moving, it's going to be so hard for the demon of poverty to catch me. Oh yeah, move early. Because it says that he who rises early protects his life. Make your moves early. I notice my luck, my good fortune is better the earlier I get up, the earlier I make moves. And again, I like to be more productive before 9 a.m. than a lot of people are producing through their entire day. So move early, get your good rest, eat your good food, and just do what you got to do to make your life something noteworthy. Peace and blessings, y'all.